Hey everybody, Undr here, and today I'm going to do my very first episode review of Dragon Ball Super. Not something I'm used to doing. I'm used to going off script, or at least partial scripts. But in this case, I'm going to start doing these weekly, I think. And they'll just be off the cuff, whatever comes to my mind, my thoughts on the episode. And this episode was actually very interesting. It brought a lot of things to the table. I was going to start doing these last week, but I don't know, last week's episode, how to phrase this? Basically, if you had watched the preview for last week's episode didn't show anything new, right? I mean, it was a good episode, but it just didn't feel right for my first review. And this episode, on the other hand, was amazing. Starting off, a couple things. I'm gonna do these in like the main story arcs. Like we're gonna start off with the whole Freeza thing, right? I agree with everybody that bringing Boo in just to make him fall asleep again is dumb. They should have just never had him. But at the same time, they wanted this to be some sort of big surprise. What? Frieza? But at the same time, you can't do that if he's in the opening sequence, right? So maybe next week we're going to get a revised opening where Boo is replaced by Frieza. I don't really see him going that far out of the way to do it, but they have updated the opening and stuff in the past. I mean, actually, I can't think of the exact examples, but they've definitely done it. So Frieza's there now, and I do think he's a far more interesting character. And there's so much about Frieza we don't know, even though at least I feel like we know the character very well, and it's really strange because what little we do know about Frieza, they've driven home so hard. And this is the first time Frieza's being put in a position where he's not in complete control. 24 hours, he has to rely on promises made to people he hates, people he's killed. So it's really strange, but I really like it. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I really hope this somehow brings Frieza back into the fold permanently, or maybe he'll do some sort of self-sacrificing thing, which will change his punishment in Heffel. But I really don't know, guys. I do like the fact that they kind of convinced everybody that this is something they need. They're going up against people that they have no idea anything about. I mean, Basil and his buddies, the universe with the wolf people. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. I wasn't even going to talk about these guys, but, it just popped into my head. It's easy to forget that they're completely unique. They gave off no keys, and they couldn't sense their ki. This is completely different. I mean, if you remember in Dragon Ball, it was in Dragon Ball when Goku started to be able to sense ki. That's when he got above Ten Shinhan. That's when he became a powerhouse that nobody could even touch. Because before, you react to your eyes. And again, bring up Ten Shinhan, he had 3 eyes. He was the best at tracking people down. I mean, you couldn't get anything past him. Second time they fought, not only was Goku more powerful, but Goku was sensing ki. He was blocking things he couldn't even see. And that was huge. Again, that was Popo's training. I mean, if you don't remember that, it's actually a pretty cool, development in Dragon Ball Super. And in fact, I want to do an episode on ki in Dragon Ball, but that's beside the point. In fact, this episode touches up on another thing I want to do a video on. We'll get to that in a minute. So bringing Frieza back, I love it. I think the idea of Frieza coming back and being forced to work in a I don't know, he's going to have to work as a team, and the closest thing he got into working as a team before was being a little annoyed that Zarbon died. He's never really done anything as a team. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting chance for them to evolve Frieza's character, and I want to see it happen. How Frieza might have gotten stronger, I don't know. It makes sense. Like, his biggest issue was he got his golden form and went straight after Goku, and without really realizing it, Vegeta. But what if this whole time in his cocoon, he has been practicing sustaining his golden form? I mean, I don't see why he can't change his color, basically. I mean, I don't see that cocoon stopping him from transforming. And if he's sat there for days, months, maybe even a year, I'm not even sure how long it's been since Gatsu no F, but if he's been sat there practicing and trying to build up his endurance with the golden form Frieza, quite honestly, golden form Frieza was stronger than Goku. We never saw golden form Frieza fight at his full potential during the arc or the movie. He was either showboating or going easy on Goku, and by the time he decided to go full power, when Goku did, his power was already waning. And another thing is, another aspect of Frieza's personality is he is into torture. He does nothing but torture people. Every time you see him, he's torturing somebody. And even when he was practicing, getting stronger against Tagoma, his whole point was, hey, you know what? I need to practice bringing Goku to the verge of death, but not killing him, so he could torture him even more. So even if he were at full power, he wasn't trying to kill Goku. He even said that it wasn't his intent, but he might actually end up accidentally killing Goku during their fight. So he was never going full on. So we've never seen full power Frieza. And there's also the possibility that one in his golden form, he can do that buffed up full power form. Like that, his normal full power form he did on Namek, where he got buff in his final form. Same thing here. He could probably do that in his golden form. So we have no idea where Frieza was in terms of power during Fukkatsu no F. And he could have, surely he got practice with the golden form, wouldn't you think? What else is he doing in that cocoon? So Frieza could be very powerful. He could be even more powerful than Goku and Vegeta, and they've gotten more powerful since then. So who knows? Who really knows? I want to see where this goes, but I don't want Frieza to outshine the other characters. I'm not a fan of the power scaling. I was a fan of the power scaling until they made Roshi way too strong, and it made Ten Shinhan like Yamcha level. At this point, with what we've seen from Ten Shinhan, we might as well have Yamcha. I don't even know why they're making Yamcha into a joke if they're not going to make Ten Shinhan buff. I'm not saying buff, but he doesn't compare to the other characters from what we've seen. And it doesn't make sense. The guy trains constantly, but as you may know, Ten Shinhan's one of, if not my favorite character in the entirety of Dragon Ball. So I'm a little annoyed by that. I'll stop talking about it. I'll get back to the episode at hand. And I really do think that the dynamic is better with Frieza and not Buu. Buu, his motivation is almost none. If it's not food, it's protecting B or Satan. That's it. And I don't see Satan going into this, right? So, he might be there for whatever reason, but I don't see him ever being in imminent danger. So I don't see any motivation for Buu, right? Even blowing up the universe isn't motivation for him. So I really don't know what they're going to do with that. The second big thing with this episode is the Saiyans, the Universe 6 Saiyans. And I'm not going to lie, I needed this episode to come out before I made my next video. The Universe 6 Saiyans are inherently stronger biologically than Universe 7 Saiyans. It's something we've all speculated. This is proof. Caulifla goes Super Saiyan 2 without even thinking about it. Remember, this is something that Trunks and Vegeta failed to do of a whole year of training together, right? And it's something that Goku couldn't do, and Gohan couldn't do until he was pushed to his limit. It's crazy, right? And of course now we have Kaba, who is clearly number 3 on that list. Maybe he's got more experience, and maybe he can sustain the Super Saiyan form longer. We don't know, but Caulifla is clearly more powerful. She was shown as a prodigy, and she's Super Saiyan 2. It's hard to even imagine that. You saw there was a frame in the preview of Caulifla going what appeared to be Super Saiyan 2, but we didn't see the lightning. It was just a frame. It could have been an animator's decision to make her hair super spiky. Turns out that's what it was. She was Super Saiyan 2, and that is nuts. But crazier than that is the whole Kale going Broly on us. Now, Broly's not canon, so we've never had the green tinge, the green-haired Super Saiyan, though you could argue Broly was never actually had green hair. There were frames in this where, all intents and purposes, Kale's hair was green. So it brings up another aspect, like another video I want to do, but the idea that we have a Broly-level Saiyan, and we have a Saiyan that went Super Saiyan 2 the same day she went Super Saiyan. This is... I'm thinking about arcs past this. There's no killing in this. I don't believe all these developed characters are going to die. I think Universe 6 or Universe 7 is going to win the tournament, and their wish is going to be to merge the two universes, 6 and 7, together. This would bring in all those Saiyans into this universe. No reason why Vegeta wouldn't be able to go visit that. And that could be future arcs. That could be Vegeta wanting to see the original home planet of his people. He's never seen that. It's been blown up for years. Generations even. And it just opens us up so much. And this episode was brilliant. It just opened that for us. So there's too much lore going on in Universe 6 now to completely ignore it. Universe 7 is clearly, not going anywhere. And if it is, it's going to end up becoming Universe 6. All the heroes are fine. All of Universe 6 is fine. You cannot develop them like that without somehow preserving them, and I love it. The last thing I want to point out is, is it Kiteka? I apologize if I got his name wrong. The mouse god of destruction, the Pikachu. He is crafty, and I like him. But this also did open up something. Clearly, he's going to be plotting, and somehow he's going to try to use Freeza. Early bet is he's going to try to, say, hey, Freeza, you turn on Universe 7, and when we win the tournament, you can come live in our universe without the Halo. We'll bring you back. And I got to imagine that that's going to be a really, really tempting proposal. But at the same time, I think that's going to allow Freeza to not turn over a new leaf, but validate his existence. I don't think he's going to turn on his universe. And I don't think he's going to, start liking Goku and Vegeta and the gang. But I also don't think that hate, that seething rage he has, is going to be sustained forever. It's either going to die down, or he is going to say, whatever, I'm done with you guys. Send me back to Heffel, or let me live, I don't care. I don't think he is going to actually turn on Universe 7. But I do think that's the plan, and I do like the direction they're going in. I'd like this, the espionage, the subterfuge. It's going to be a really interesting arc. And to be completely honest with you, this is shaping up to be the best Dragon Ball arc ever. As far as I'm concerned right now, I love tournaments. The tournaments are my favorite arcs in Dragon Ball. That's why I'm not the biggest fan of Dragon Ball Z. And yeah, I just don't know where this is going from here. And this is something that I can honestly say is very rare for Dragon Ball. You know where the story is going, unless it's going to have a silly thing where Goku puts King Rabbit on the moon or whatever. So I really like what's going on here. I know I'm rambling. Let me know. All right, just let me say this right now. Let me know in the comments if the rambling is too much. If my going on about how much I like one particular thing. I've never done a review like this before, and it's all off the cuff. So, yeah. What was your favorite part, guys? I'm genuinely interested. Did I miss something? I mean, I've only watched it once, and I'm doing this. I don't want to watch it multiple times and then do these reviews, because I feel like I'm going to overanalyze everything, and it'll kill the whole concept of a discussion that could be potentially happening in the comments. Now, I know this isn't a big channel, and I'm not crazy thinking I'm going to start getting a ton of comments in the comment section. You don't need to point that out if you're one of those few people watching. But if you are watching, please, just tell me what you thought. Maybe we'll have a little dialogue. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Episode 93 of Dragon Ball Super was actually really good. Animation was spotty in places, but we've come to expect that. We know that lazy scenes where nothing's happening, it's a boring scene, we get it. They're not going to animate it well. Accept it. The serious tones, where Goku was looking serious, looked great. Frieza didn't have too many wonky frames where his giant eyes were freaking, I don't know. He had some really messed up scenes early on. But anyway, guys, I'm rambling again. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I will see you guys next time, next week, with review of 94. Alright? I think I'm done. Am I done? I don't know how to end the video. Bye!